guys. Hey you guys, I'm Noelle, and I've been raising money to go to science camp. If you haven't seen the last video, I'm going to do exactly the same things for the intro. Let me show you some. This is an example of what my note cards look like. This is an example of how my
postcards
look like.
Here, show this one too, because some of them can have two people on them.
Some of them can have two people on them. Here are the magnets.
And what else are you selling that you don't have because Daddy took it to work?
Coffee mugs. We have coffee mugs too. You can get a postcard for $5. You can get 10 note cards for $20. You can get a magnet for $10, and you can get a coffee mug for $25. But you have to tell us which pictures you want on it. And all profits are going straight to paying for my science camp. All my art is of famous women in science. And I'm making videos to tell you about those women. You might be wondering about Alice Ball or other scientists. Here's the picture of her that I made. I haven't showed you. Alice Ball was born in Seattle, Washington in
1892.
1892. Her grandfather was a photographer. And it was in her grandfather's darkroom that she contained her love for chemistry. She started her formal education at the University of Washington, but then she moved to Hawaii to get her master's degree. She was the first African American and woman to graduate from the
University of Hawaii.
University of Hawaii.
So let's try it again. She was the first African American and the first woman to graduate from the University of Hawaii.
She was the first African American and woman to graduate from the University from Hawaii.
The University of Hawaii.
University. Good enough.
University of Hawaii.
Of Hawaii. Good enough.
Job.
Good enough. That's a big deal, people. White men dominated higher education at 1915. So it's 1915, and Alice Ball just shows up to this all-white, all-boy party. And she says, "Hey, I want my master's in chemistry." And then she gets it. Boom. Slay. Alice Ball was a groundbreaker for both women and people of color. In the early 1900s, there was a public health emergency. Leprosy, now known as Hansen's disease, was now spreading. Leprosy was a terrible disease. It could cause numbness, open sores, and
permanent deformities.
Permanent deformities. Also damage to the nerves and the eyes. Leprosy looked really scary, but the people thought that the people thought it was really dangerous.
They thought it was really contagious, huh?
Contagious.
But it wasn't that contagious.
At all. So they arrested these people
They would quarantine them.
They would quarantine them.
So do you know what a quarantine is?
We're making a video.
I know.
Yes, I do.
Well, tell me.
It's a thing. A quarantine is a thing where they put people into a place with only other people with the other sickness. So that it won't spread to people that are healthy.
They isolate them so that they're not around people that don't have the sickness, so that the disease won't spread. But it's really sad. It's kind of like it was almost like having to go to jail when you didn't do anything wrong.
But Alice Alice Ball did not let that happen.
She didn't stop people from being quarantined, but she wanted to help them.
At the time, there was really no effective cure for leprosy. But they did notice a certain seed that did help a little. The seeds of the chamugra tree showed promise for a cure. The doctors didn't exactly know how to administer it as medication. But Alice Ball was up to the task. Alice Ball was going to use her chemistry skills to find an suitable injectable cure of leprosy. And her method for doing so is still called the Ball method to this day. Thanks to Alice Ball, the leprosy is not the hopeless disease that it was. No longer being contagious, people with leprosy didn't have to be taken away by their friends and families. We should all be grateful to Alice Ball for being a pioneer in her field, both as a woman, a person of color, and a badass chemist.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add about Alice Ball?
Alice Ball is a good person, and I think she's great.
Do you have anything else you think about the subject? About any of that?
I think it's cool, and I like that leprosy is no longer a spreadable disease. Are you okay over there, Alice Ball?
There's still leprosy, but back in the day, getting leprosy was pretty scary. And now we can help people with leprosy because of really cool scientists like Alice Ball.
Thank you, Alice Ball. If you like that story and you want to help me to go to science camp,
what can they do?
What can I do?
What can they do to help you go to science camp?
You can buy some of my art. Or donate to help me go to science camp. And stay tuned for more women.
Great stories about awesome women of science.
Great stories of awesome women in science. I hope someday a little girl will be telling an awesome science story about me, because I'm going to go be an entomologist.
Then say something to...
A girl that likes bugs. Well, a kid. Right. I'm a weird kid. I like the color green instead of pink. And I'm...
Anything else you want to say?
I'm a crazy person. Bye! Going back in my hole.